Here we go on our way. Passim, everywhere, adiunt. That's from Adsum. They went in anyway, you might say, to the open houses. The Patens Domus is the open houses everywhere. They approached, if you want to use the ad bit, or if they just went into the open houses everywhere. Anyway, they're sitting, present participle, in their curule chairs, were the praetextata, or the sens, the old men, the senators in their praetextatoed garments, sitting there as if they were venerati, something to be venerated, gods and genies, genios, tutelar deities of the place. And moving on, soon these same men, the eos dem, when it was clear, postquem afterwards, these to be man, they were man. Alioquin usually means otherwise or in general. So, and they were dignantes, you might want to say indignant actually, to respond anything in general. They mactarted them. It looks like they killed them with the pari vacordia, with an equal madness, and they iniciunted, they threw in to the tectus, into the buildings, it looks like, faces, which are torches, blazing torches, I'm guessing, and the whole urbem, the whole city, with igni, and with ferro, and with menibus, they exequat, they made level. They leveled the city with fire, iron in their hands, or their hard work. Sex mensibus, in 6 months, the barbarians, who would believe it, around this one montem, this one mountain, they perpenderant, they hung around. Neither in the day modo only, but by noctibus, by night also. They tested omnia, they tested everything. Nevertheless, or yet or still, when Manlius, by nocte, by night, he was exercitus, he was roused by the clangor of a goose. He was excited too, these subiunting people. It looks like they're the people who were approaching. Sub usually means coming from under. He deyecated, he removed them or threw them away from the summa rupe, from the peak of the rock or something. Yeah, deyecated them, and then we have another day verb there. So that he could remove, you might want to say with this verb, the hope from the enemy. Although, quam, he was in summa fame, which is where we get famine. He was in the height of starving. Another Tarman, what do we got? Nevertheless, looks like bread, so he could have the appearance, ad speciem of confidence, fiduciae. So he ejaculatus, as he threw down bread from the citadel top, even though he was starving. Et stato die, quodam. So on that stated day, or certain day, or appointed day is usually female, but anyway, through the middle of the guards, again, we don't say middle of in English, in Latin they just put them in the same case, through the middle of the guards of the hostium of the enemy, he dismissed, or he sent out from the citadel, from this top place where they were defending, the Fabium the Pontifican, Fabius the priest, who was doing something solemn. Here we go, he configurated, he completed his solemn duty, or whatever he was doing, in Quirolani Monte. And he, through the his mediatella, through the middle of weapons of the enemy, in Columus, which means safe, by the auxiliary of religion, because he was protected by, because he was doing a religious service, so the help of this religious matter helped him remove safe, so he redivided, and he announced that the gods were propitious, or favourable. Okay, demore, to take away, remove, withdraw, subtract from. That's the Daily Dictionary word. Anyway, where were we? Novissime, most recently, or last of all, we're now the obsidio, which is the besieging. Looks like they've done a sewer, which is the nominative, the accusatives controlling the sewer, which you don't see too often. That'd be a nice example to put in your books there. So when now their own besieging had fatigued or wore out the barbarians, what was it? 1,000 pounds of gold. They were vending for their recess and for their retreat. And this ipsum, and this itself, through their insolence, is an example. When something was added to this unequal weight, ad hoc still yet something was added. Gladio, here we go, that's in the same case. A sword was added. With a sword being added, so blade of absolute, in super it means in above of what was supposed to be weighed out. They increperated, so they insulted them or rebuked them or something. Ve to the victors. Basically, that's an interjection that means woe to the defeated. And then subito, suddenly something from the tergo, from the back, aggressus Camillus. Camillus attacked, and he fell upon them and killed people. He made such a slaughter, addio ut, correlatives, to such an extent that all the vestiges, all the traces of the fire, he deleted in an inundation of Gallic sanguis, which is blood. Agere gratias, to give thanks to the immortal gods. Libet, one could or one may or you can give thanks to the immortal gods in the name of such a disaster. So you can thank the gods for this disaster, you might want to say. Here's a for the casters, the houses of the pastors of shepherds. This fire and the flames absconded. You might want to say burnt away. So the fire burned away the houses of the shepherds. Pauperitata means they were the poor, so these were the poor people's houses of Romulus. So you can say of Rome, basically. All these things were burnt away. The incendium in the neuter. Incendium's pretty much the same as Australia. What other eget? You might say what did this incendium lack or didn't do, except that the domicilio destinated, the houses destinated are designed for of the men and of gods. Okay, so it looks like Rome was destined to be the house of men and gods. The civitas, the city, was non-deleted. It wasn't destroyed nor obruta or overturned, but potius, meaning rather, it was expiated, and lustrata, it seemed. These are probably religious words, expiated, and so it's like cleaned and purged or something. Igitur, therefore, post ad certem by Manlius, can mean saved, made free, or protected by Manlius. Restitutem, this is a female accusative, restored by Camillus, and here's what's the accusative female. The city was more acreous, more fiercer even, and vehementius, more vehement towards its neighbours infinitos, infinitimos, that's accusative with the in, so towards them, and it was resurrected even more fiercer and vehement. Next chapter, ac primum omnium. And first of all, illa, something female, ipsam Gallicem gentem, so that Gallic race, non contentus, okay, so that's got to have an M there, because this is male here. Someone male is not content that race of Gallics have been expelled from the walls, and then when through Italy, they were dragging themselves, Latius, rather widely through Italy. It's compared here to a shipwrecker. They were like become fragmented or something like that. They were a bit destroyed when they were on there being repelled through Italy. Anyway, sick. Thus, persecutus est, but by the leader Camillus. So it must be Camillus was not content to have expelled them, but he followed them, as you can see from the Persecutor Sextus, and they were all shipwrecked through Italy. So that, a bit of a purpose here, that hodie today, nulla vestiges, neuter plural, supersint, plural, remains, and supersint is in the subjunctive because of the ut. So there's no trace of these synonyms anymore. Yep, nearly done. Semel. Happened once, there was a trucidate. They were slaughtered, apud, this river, the Aenean, whatever that is in English, when in a single contest, a single battle, Manlius detracted spoils from the barbarian amongst the spoils, an Aureum Torqueum. It's a necklace, a Torqueum, and Aureum means it's a gold necklace. From where? The Torquati, that's a surname, I think. So it must be his gens took on the name. Must have been an impressive piece of gold. Iterum, again, another example. In Pompetino Agro, must be in Pompetino land somewhere, when in a similar pugna, you can see these third declension adjectives have I in the ablative. In a similar battle, Valerius, in sitting on his to his helmet, his galley's his helmet, so we've got a sacred bird, a sacra alite incidente. A sacred bird sitting on his helmet, adjutus, it helped, and he tullited spoils. So he took away spoils, and then, from then on, he was called Corvini. It must have been a raven or one of those blackbirds, which are corvuses. And yes, you do hear these people again. Nec non, two negatives cancel themselves out. So, nevertheless, post alicordenus, after some years, all reliquest, all the remaining things, eorum of them, in Etruria, to the lake Vademois, Dolabella deleted this accusative, all the remainders of them. Nay, queers lest anyone extarent should still remain or exist from Iagente, from that race, which burnt, which gloriators, which boast that they burnt the city of Rome, who could boast that the city was burnt a se by them. That's it.